Good morning and welcome to Bumblebee Junction. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful weekend here in Tennessee. Now we have a lot to get to, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of go that way. So hold on and we'll be right back. Alright, since we are here on the front porch, we're just going to start there. Now, a lot of the cucumbers in the stands are not quite up yet, but look. Yeah, the ones in the hanging pots are already up. And if you can see the little green bubbles right there, the company that sent us these sent us the right bubbles to put in there. The flowers are going crazy. We do have a couple, I think there's two, already up in the lower cucumber pots. But I do believe there are only two up right now. There are plenty up in every hanging pot. Now I'll take you over here and show you. These are the ones that they sent, and they actually were a little too short. And the lady that sent them to us got a hold of Mark and sent the real ones that are supposed to go with them. So we'll come back over here. There's nobody in that pot quite yet. There's four up in that one. You can see the nice bubble right there, and you can see also that they are well watered for right now. And just kind of go down through here. Now these are the guys that were on the front porch, but we've had a few thunderstorms, so I brought them up here onto the porch. They were down there on the steps, but didn't want them to get washed out. But we have plenty of flowers. More in the hanging pots. And there's the fresh catnip. And what's really funny is I just came out here and I took one leaf off of that plant and had a blast with the cats. So, plenty more flowers. More cucumbers. Yeah, really starting to come up. More flowers, more flowers, more flowers. And there's the second one in the standing pots. And definitely more up here in the hanging pots. And little baubles showing that they are full. But there's a few more things that I want to do in the garden. So hold on and I'll be right back. Okay, it is a warm, beautiful day. Now I did get to some mowing, but we did not get enough grass to put on both of the gardens. So what I'm going to do, you can see all of the beans and all the squash and sunflowers are up and going crazy. There are some weeds here in between the rows. What I am going to do is come through with the weed whacker, and I am going to strip that to the dirt. And Mark has talked to one of our friends here locally who is going to bring me 2 big round bales of hay, and we will take care of that problem. But I wanted to come over here and show you Mark's little secret planting. Yeah, they are coming up through the straw. See, they are just absolutely going nuts coming up through the straw. Yeah. I'm not going to give anything away. He can go ahead and let you know what they are. I'm pretty sure that anybody who follows the channel knows what they are. Yeah. I'll show you the leaves a little bit closer. Yeah, if you can guess what they are before Mark tells you, absolutely not going to give away his secret. But look at all of those beautiful beans. There are plenty of squash out there. There are 4 different kinds of squash, 2 different kinds of beans, and let's see, we have some okra and sunflowers in there. They are all doing very, very well. We have had rain for the last couple of days, but I think we're going to have to water them for the next few. But they are doing really, really well. They have come up really, really thick, and I'm not really sure. There are a few small breaks in there, but I think the plants will fill in, so I probably won't have to go in there and replant anything. Unless, of course, Mr. Groundhog comes in here and he eats a few. Alright, we're going to start off here in the Chubb's bed. You can see there are all kinds of little tomatoes coming up everywhere. And these 2 guys, I went to water them this morning, and they have actually grown so fast that they got a little too tall, so I put a little bamboo stake in there to help them stay up nice and straight. They're growing so fast that they just needed a little help. I don't want them to fall over and get viney yet. Tomatoes are actually a vine, but yeah, you can see all these little guys are just all over the place. And now that I have touched a tomato plant, my hands smell like tomatoes. But here we are in the garlic. Now these guys are definitely as tall as me. Go through and show you, I have snipped off. Yeah. All of their tops. Now, you can eat them. There are recipes for them. But so far, all I've done is just cut the tops off. And this will allow the bulbs to get a bit bigger. We're going to come down here. And these are the white onions. And they are starting actually to get some pretty good size on them. So we'll be using those before too long. Come over here and show you the peas. Yeah, these are definitely edible size. Let's see if I can crack this one open with one hand. I'll try. Hold on. Yeah, definitely edible size. And you know me, I've got to try while I'm sitting out here in the garden. So hold on just a second. Yeah, I think I missed one. Hold on. Absolutely perfect. There are more out here. I'm going to have to come out and get these guys picked. This is the perfect time to get them picked. This is not the only bed we have. Yeah, I think first thing tomorrow morning, quite a few of these are going to come off. We have a whole other bed over here. Yeah, and these are just about right too. We can really enjoy sitting out here eating more of these. But I know that Mark would like for some of them to get into the house. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to kind of constrain myself. Now, these are the red onions. And actually, there were a few garlic in here, the volunteers from last year. And I did cut the scapes off of them. I think there's only 3 of them in here. But I did come through and cut the scapes off when I did the other bed. Sorry, I'm still chewing on peas. But these guys are actually getting very, very big. If you can see back there, that one is about ready to be brought in. And all of these can be used for green onions. Now, this bag is currently empty, but we're going to come over here. We're going to look down in these squash plants. Look, we have tiny little blooms. Itty bitty little squash in here. I am absolutely excited about that. Look. Oh, gotta get that leaf out of the way. Yeah. These right here are zucchinis. And these are the yellow squash. Now we did half of this bed in one and half in the other. These do have blooms on them too. Yeah, really excited. These are not the only ones planted. Now in the bed over there with the green beans, we have, let me think, 4 half rows. So there would be 2 half rows of each because we wanted to have a little bit extra. Alright, now we are over here in the beets. Those right there are potato buckets, and they have just absolutely come out of the top. We are going to have to go ahead and put a little bit more dirt in there. Now, these guys look fantabulous. Yeah. And the beets down there right now are about 2 inches. I have not pulled any. I don't want to pull them quite yet. But I did go in there and try to see just how big they are. See if I can't show you right there how big that one is already. Now, this bed is 3 squares wide, and that is the volunteer dill in 1 square, and these other 2 I'm going to be using for a special project. Now, this one is empty. This one actually has volunteer ground cherries. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do. There aren't terribly many of them in here overall, and there are a few weeds. This bed has been sunk in quite a bit. Not sure what I'm going to do. I might pull them and go ahead and replant it. But we don't have currently ground cherry seeds for this year. So I'm not really sure. I might just let them go and see what they'll do. I don't know. Don't really like that bed is so low. But they do look really happy. So that'd be a decision to make here pretty quick. Now this is the bed that we had the broccoli in. We do have plans to go ahead and finish these beds up. These are the cabbages. Let me see just how big they are getting. Yeah, absolutely love them. And if you can hear in the background, pause here for a second. Simon is up in the tree behind me singing. Now that is the bed that we had the spinach in and the radishes. Now I think that we have come to a decision to go ahead and pull the rest of this spinach. We're going to use this bed for something else, and we are going to replant radishes and spinach in one of the other beds. Okay, we're going to come out here and kind of look at this big pile of dirt. Now that looks like a big fantastic pile of dirt, but what we are actually going to do is that dirt is going to be used for the 21 buckets for the bucket garden. And we are still currently waiting on a shipment that should be here in about 6 or 7 days to finish out the other projects that we have to get planted. And we are kind of facing a little bit of a shortage right now on black cow and peat moss. So we're just kind of hanging in there and doing the best we can. Okay, another short look here. These are the potato buckets. You can see just how far they are coming out. And it is time to go ahead and fill the rest of the way up on those buckets with dirt. They are fine and happy. And yeah, I think they're looking for a little bit more dirt. Alright, we are out here by the giant corn plot. Yes, that entire thing is planted in corn. This is Mark's baby. He has been fussing and tending over this perfectly rowed, perfectly planted, and he has been watering it 2 or 3 times a day. And we did have some rain yesterday, but I don't think that we're going to get any more rain today or tomorrow, which means he will be out here at the crack of dawn watering again. But yeah, that's Mark's baby, and we're going to keep an eye on it. Okay, we are over here at the wooden garden beds. That is the first of the strawberry plant box that I went ahead and redid. Now, those are weeds that I have not pulled yet. We have not decided exactly what we want to do with the white barrels, but these 2 here are where we usually plant basil, and I do have one little tiny volunteer. I really would like to go ahead and get basil planted in here, but I think what we're going to do is probably take the soil out of these and redo it, but not 100% sure quite yet. Now, that is the second bed of strawberries, and you can see they are absolutely, yeah, nice and green and gorgeous. I did take about a quart of strawberries out of these beds just about 2 days ago. We're going to skip over here because those 2 have not been weeded or planted. These are watermelons, and you can see they are doing very, very well. Yeah, they look really, really happy, and I think they're about ready to crawl out of the bed. This is my volunteer cilantro. Now I'm going to make a confession. Let me pinch a little leaf off of here. While I do like cilantro in salsa, actually the smell of it fresh makes me gag. So we're just going to kind of sniff it and walk on. Now these guys right here, sorry, it did make me gag just a little bit. These guys right here are the cantaloupe. And kind of look down in here, and they already have little blooms, and I believe they are just about ready to crawl out of the bed too. They are looking fantastic. Still not decided what to do on these white barrels. We have carrots in this bed. We have carrots in that bed. And yeah, all of these big happy tomatoes. Kind of step back here and scan all the way down. That is 40 stakes. Tomato at every stake. Now, if you have followed us in years past, you know that we remember this as the tomato jungle. And it's not going to take very long. These guys haven't been planted terribly long. Now, yeah. Here, I'm going to rub my fingers and get the smell of cilantro off my fingers. Yeah, now I smell like tomatoes, but love the smell of tomato plants. These guys are not very far from becoming a tomato jungle. I will have to come through here. I have pinched most of the blooms off, but I will have to come through a couple of times and get the bottom leaves off of them. That way we can kind of stay away from the blight that can splash up from the ground when you water them, which is one of the other reasons that I like to put the cardboard and the grass down beneath them. But it also does help with weed control. Yeah, these guys are getting big, and I cannot wait for fresh tomatoes. Alright, I am over here hiding in the shade a little bit. Look down through the orchard and just see how nice and shady it is. It's so much cooler. Now, that is the bed we want to put pumpkins in. That is the bed that we normally put sweet potatoes in, and we are still currently waiting on extra dirt. Should be here in a couple of days, and we will get those guys going. Now the pumpkins, we would like to have pumpkins to be ready on Halloween, so we probably will not plant them until almost the 4th of July. But I'm going to hang out here in the shade for just a minute, and then I'm going to head up on the porch to talk to you in just a minute. Okay, yeah, if you can't tell, it is a bright, warm, sunny day. See if we can't get a few more of the flowers here on the front porch. Yeah, that's probably about all that I have for an update today. Now, we are still waiting on a shipment of dirt, still waiting on a few lawnmower parts, and a few more decisions to make on some of the gardens. But yeah, it is getting kind of warm. I do want to say thank you for everybody who wished me a happy birthday, and I did have a very wonderful birthday. We had a really nice time out with family and friends, and do have packages that I would like to get to for a mail call, but probably will wait until tomorrow to do that video. Do have a couple more notifications, so I'm going to make sure that everything's here and go ahead and do that all together. But yeah, I do think that that's probably about all that I have for today. It is definitely warm, and I need to get out of the heat. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when we have yet more heat to talk about, because yeah, summer is coming. Anyway, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, still waiting on a few things, so yeah, I can't completely update 100%. Got a few notifications that things are on the way. Kind of hoping that everything gets delivered on time. Did slip out today to try to see what kind of a scavenger hunt I could do for a little bit of extra soil, because there are a few things that I would like to get planted tomorrow. So hopefully I can get started on some of that, see kind of what we got going on. But I do need to get going. Don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one. It is about 8:30 at night. The sun is set. The chickens have just gone to bed, and this is my favorite time of the day. It is nice and cool, and the yard is completely shaded. Just kind of pan around a little bit and show you a Tennessee evening. Absolutely gorgeous night. But the lightning bugs will be out probably about half an hour. But I challenge you to find every shade of green that Tennessee has to offer at this time of night. If I had to guess, I would say probably about 1 million different shades. But I'm going to leave you with this little clip. Absolutely beautiful evening. Yeah. Perfect Tennessee night.